And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger video. You guys already know what time it is. Once my voice sounds like this, it's time to be motivated. Let's get it. Never you lose sight of what is important to you. You know why? Because the moment you lose sight, you're literally giving up every possibility of a chance to ever achieve it before you do, and you will fail. Doesn't really matter what it is. It could be anything. It could be you want to save some money, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you lost your job. It could be anything you want. Because trust me, when life happens, or when life hit, I should say, sometimes life hits hard where it like kick you straight off your feet. And then it's gonna take a while for you to like bounce back. Because let's say you lost your job, or you're not getting paid enough to do whatever you want, but you have a goal, you have something that you're holding on to that is driving you forward. Never you lose sight of that, because you will fail. Doesn't matter, it could be anything. Never you lose sight, because you will fail. You know why? Because if you're driving forward to achieve, let's say you want to buy a house, and you're driving forward to buy a house, and then life hits where you lost your job, or you lost your car, or you got a divorce, or you and your girlfriend was supposed to buy the house and you guys broke up. Doesn't really matter what the consequences is. The moment you lose sight, it will never happen. The drive you have, it will literally fade away because you lose sight. Because sometimes stuff happen, and then it's like we have to put that to the side, or we forget about it, and then focusing on what's happening now. Like, it's okay to focus on what's happening now, but what about what is important to you? Why would you lose sight of what is important to you? If you want something, it is okay to put that on pause instead of like saying, oh, forget about it. No, 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 no. I know when life hits hard. So if you really want it, it's better you put it on pause and then bounce back. If you lose your job and you wanted to buy a car and you lose your job, don't sit down for at least 4 or 5 months, because you won't be able to buy that car. Understand? Or if you're saving some money to do something, and then something happened where you have to spend all the money, you save it all over again. Don't lose sight just because there's some bad stuff going on now. Don't lose sight. You will fail. Trust me. I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. People say they want something, and then when life hits, it's like, forget about it. But if life hits you and you fall on your back, and you can see the sky or see the roof, you can get back up. I am not going to penalize you if life hits you. I would never do that, because life hits everybody. Everybody goes through a storm. But if you don't get back up, you're fully responsible for where you are. Because why didn't you get back up? Why didn't you bounce back? That's in your control. That's where that's where I have like that's where I look at people with disappointment, because people will come to me and say stuff, but they literally can control what happened after. Like, you can't control how life will affect you, because anything could happen in any day. You can lose your house, you can lose your car, you can lose your wife, you can lose everything. But bouncing back is in your control. I don't want nobody to come and tell me, oh, Ty, this happened, okay, but there is a but. Oh, I lost my job, but there's other opportunities out there. Oh, me and my girlfriend having an argument, and we were supposed to buy a house, but you can buy that house yourself. Whatever it is, trust me, I know. Life hits sometimes, and it hits hard, where you feel like you can't do anything, or you need to like pump the brakes, or you need to like sit down and meditate for a couple of weeks. I know how hard life hits. Trust me, I know. Sometimes life will even hit you to the point where you feel like what you were doing from before, you can't do it anymore, or you can't proceed. But never lose sight of what's important to you, because what is important to you, that is your main goal, your main objective. That is what you want. So when life hits, it's better to go through the storm, because at the end of the storm, there's always a rainbow. There's always a beautiful sunshine. But if you're not willing to walk through the storm, you're going to sit down in the storm. The storm is not going to pass. You're not going to see the rainbow. You're not going to see the beautiful sunshine. You're not going to see the birds flying around and making noise. You're not going to see that beautiful weather, because you stopped in the storm. You didn't walk through the storm. Let me tell you something. If there's a storm or a hurricane going by, right? A lot of rain, a lot of winds and everything. A lot of people not know this, but the safest place to be is within the eye, the center of that storm. Because where the eye is, that's where a little bit of sunshine, or the center I should say, because a lot of people don't know about the eye. So the center of a storm is always the calmest part. Meaning the storm would be here, and then here is like a little bit of rain. But around it, that's where all the winds and all the rain, the heavy rainfall comes from. So if you're not willing to walk through your storm, you will never reach the other side and see the rainbow and the beautiful sunshine. Because what? Something happened, and then you can control what happens after. And let me say it again. I won't penalize you if life happens. If you lose your job, I won't penalize you. If you lost your car, I won't penalize you. If you lost your house, I won't penalize you. That's life. That's understandable. If you lose all your savings, it's understandable. If somebody takes something from you, it's understandable. Like sometimes things happen beyond our control. But bouncing back have everything to do with you. If you lost it, why are you not on the verge to getting it again? Why? So you lost something and then it's like you just give up? For what? The moment you give up is you give up every possibility of a chance for you to ever get it all over again. Because you can lose something and then you can get it again. Especially material things, you can get it again. If you have a wife or a girlfriend and you guys break up and you guys was supposed to like build a future together and then things don't work and then she split or he split. I'm not just saying women in general, because sometimes guys are the problem too. But as I'm saying, sometimes things happen where it don't work out in your favor, but afterwards have everything to do with you. So why aren't you trying to do it? Why are you sitting down? What are you waiting for somebody to come and save you? Nobody's coming to save you. No one is coming to help you. So if you think bringing yourself, however you are bringing yourself, sitting down in the storm, no one is going to come to pull you out. So if you bring yourself a certain way, hoping somebody will see you, everybody see you. If you're sitting down waiting for somebody to come and say something to you, they won't. They see you. They're like, oh, look at him. Oh, I'll wait until he's back on his feet. Especially it's harder for guys, because when guys fall off their feet, if they have a woman that's not like bringing any weight or not willing to like sacrifice stuff for at least 3 or 4 or 5 months till that man is back on his feet, then she will split. Because some women are like that. Women are always tend to be dependent to their man or husband. But if a guy fall off his feet, it's harder for him. Like a female can literally lose everything and go be with another guy. That's all she have to do. But for guys, it's harder. I feel like this video is mostly about men, because men tend to like give up on some stuff. Men tend to give up on their future, give up on whatever it is that they want to achieve. And then again, never lose sight of what is important to you. Never you do that to yourself. Because like, what if you lost something to get something better? Like God will literally put someone in your life to like build you up. They're not the one you're supposed to be with, but you're supposed to like learn some skills from them and advance as a human being. So sometimes God will send people in your life just to like elevate you just a little bit and then remove them to put you somewhere else, because where you are right now, you're not supposed to be with the person that he have in store for you, because that person is already on a whole other level. So you can't be with that person now. So all the other people that he put, that things, oh, life, this happened and that happened, it is supposed to happen. Your life is written from the beginning to the end. Whatever you're going through, you are supposed to go through it. But if you didn't learn from it, you won't advance forward. That's why if you notice, sometimes when things happen, people will sit down in the same spot and they will never be able to move forward. Why? Everybody has somebody that's like waiting for them. But you're not going to find your person that's waiting for you because what? You never made the step forward because you give up of whatever is important to you. Doesn't matter how much time you fail. It doesn't matter how much time you lost. All that counts is the win that you have. You think all those business owners or rappers or everybody, how much time have they failed? Or people turn them down before they are where they are. But they never lose sight of what's important to them. And if you want to become something in life, never you lose sight of what you want to become. You may have to work a 9 to 5 now, but then that you are supposed to work that 9 to 5. Maybe you're supposed to develop some skills or technique or develop your intelligence or your physical skills, or you're supposed to develop something in order for you to go wherever you're trying to go. I'm not just saying what's it called? That it's all about life. It could be whatever you want to become. All about what you're trying to achieve with yourself. If that makes sense. So I'm not really focusing on material things because you can want to be a YouTuber, you could want to become a singer, you could want to become a dancer, you want to become a motivational speaker, you want to become something. And then you have to focus on this now before you get there. But what? You lost sight because you can't make any videos, you can't sing a song, you can't dance because you have to go to work. You are supposed to go to work because that's where you should be in order for you to get some money to push or advance forward, I should say. So if you ever find yourself like you're stuck, like you're trapped and you can't move forward, that's because you're not willing to move forward. It's easier to sit down and give up, but it's harder to push forward. I know. You guys probably think, oh, it's easy for you to say. I know, that's why I can say it. Anything can happen in any day, but everything depends on you. The outcome depends on you. Whether you achieve it or not depends on you. You may sit down and say, why always me? It should be always you. I used to say the same thing too. Oh, why is it always me? Why shouldn't it be? Maybe I have the potential. Maybe I'm the only person that can handle all the pressure. But what? You have little stuff going on for you, and all of a sudden you throw in the towel and you crush your whole dreams all by yourself? Because that's the best option that you could have came up with? Instead of sitting down and figuring it out and say, oh, this is important to me no matter what happened, I am not giving up on this because this is what I want. Oh, I have to work a job, so I can't move forward with my future. So that job you're working, is it a dream job? Oh, no, I'm just there. Okay. So what's your goal after this job? Oh, I wanted to become this. Are you willing it into existence? No, I'm just waiting. Waiting on what? You think someone is going to come and help you? No one's coming to help you. You think someone is coming to save you and motivate you? The only person that probably check upon you will be your parents, if they care. So while you're sitting down in your storm, sitting down, bunch of rain all over the place and wind, and you're sitting down like this in the storm, sitting down, you're going to be there for a long, 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 long time until you decide to get up and walk through the storm. That's when you're going to see everything that was meant to be, because everything depends on you. You may not know it, or you may not feel like it does, but everything depends on you. The only person that can make stuff really happen for you is you. And no one is willing to help you unless they see you making that step forward. And this goes for mostly women, because a guy can see a woman trying and help her. But a woman will never see a guy that's like less than her, beneath her, and decided to say, oh, he have potential, let me help him. Nope. A woman will never do that. Women always tend to want a guy that's like above them, if that makes sense. Women want a guy that's smarter, faster, stronger, everything over her. That way she can depend on him to like say, oh, get things done. He know how to manage his money. She want that guy. If she don't know how to manage her money, she's not gonna pick up a guy that's worse than her. If that makes sense. But I'm not trying to single out man or woman because people are different in their own ways. Because I've seen women give up on things that's important to them and guys also give up on things that's important to them. Why? Why though? I can't understand. If you literally sit down and look deep within yourself and you say, okay, this is what I want. But life happened, I will still try to push forward. That, like, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And on top of it, you're blaming everything else. Oh, the relationship didn't work, so I can't buy the house. What? Oh, I have to work a 9 to 5, so I can't pursue my dreams. What? Oh, I had to do something with my money, so I can't buy a car. What? So you rather make yourself uncomfortable instead of pushing forward, basically. That's what you're telling me. Because if something happened to you, like me, everybody that know me personally know I'm a very understanding guy, and I'm willing to like listen to what people have to say. But what happens afterwards is entirely on you. As I've said before, you may not believe it, you may be not mentally strong enough, but that's the reason. You are the reason why you are in the same spot. You are the reason why. Stop blaming everybody. Stop blaming everything. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming your family. Stop blaming the lawyer that didn't make you get the house. Stop blaming the dealership that didn't make you get the car. Stop blaming the bank for the reason why you didn't have a credit card. Maybe you're not eligible or they see that you're not good with money. Stop blaming everything else and grind and advance forward. You can get it. You're just not at the level as yet. You can get whatever you want. But until you are at that level, that's when you can get it. Because you can't expect to go buy a car without a credit card. They can't run your credit. You can't go buy a bedroom set without credit unless you're going to buy it cash. So unless you're willing to pay 10 grand cash to buy furniture, you can't finance it. Unless you're willing to buy a car for $30,000 cash, you can't finance it. Because the bank isn't going to issue you a credit card if you're bad with money. And if you're with a bank and then they see that you can't pay, they will shut your credit card down. And then what you're going to do, blame the bank for shutting your credit card down? That's the reason why you can't buy a car? And then you're blaming the bank, not blaming yourself because you're bad with money? You are to be blamed. Because if you're bad with money, the bank is going to shut your credit card down. And then you can't advance forward. But for you, it's easier to sit down and point fingers at everything else but yourself. And then you tend to lose sight of what was important to you because you wanted that car. But you probably messed up along the way. And then you decided you're going to leave everything just the way it is. And you're not going to fix it because you're more angry than everybody else. And then life is only happening to you. So you're going to leave it just the way it is. You're not going to fix it because you're waiting on somebody else to come and fix it. No one is coming to fix it. And then you lost sight of what's important to you, the car. Instead of getting a job, fixing your debit card. If your card is in negative, get some money, fix it. Fix your credit card because you're probably way over your limit. Pay off all your debt. And then the bank will issue you a credit card. But you won't get a credit card because you're sitting down in a lot of debts. And then you're blaming the bank for you being bad with money. And that's when you lost sight because you gave up on what was important to you, if that makes sense. So I don't see why people, I can't understand why people will literally sit down and say, this is important to me. This is what I want. But the moment life hits, it's like, F that, I don't want it anymore. What? You know, you're literally stopping your own potential. You are the reasons why. You are the reason why you are wherever you are. You are the reason why. You could be so much further in life. You could have achieved it, and then you have something that's important to you that's different from the first thing, and then you can aim for that as well. Because you can fix your credit. That's important to you. Because like the smallest things can be important. Buying a brand new phone can be important to you. Buying a laptop can be important to you. But when you achieve it, that's when you want something else. Like, let's say you fix your credit. You get your credit card. You are able to buy that car or that bedroom set. Or let me use bedroom set. You are able to buy that bedroom set. Then you start learning how to manage your money better. That when you go to buy the same car you always wanted, if not one that's like a different model that's better than the one that you wanted, maybe you're not supposed to get that model. Maybe you are supposed to buy the bedroom set first and then manage your money better, and then you get that car that you're supposed to get, not the one that you wanted first. Because that's how life works. Life works in a tricky way. If you are not supposed to get something, you won't get it. Whatever you have right now, you're supposed to have it. Because you maybe your card got like messed up because you're not supposed to get that card that you wanted. You're supposed to get your bedroom set first. Then when you buy your bedroom set, after you fix your credit, you finance it, and then you're good with money. After you finish off that, maybe that's how you develop the skills to manage your money. And then when you develop that skills to manage your money, then when you go buy the car, then the dealership's like, okay, you're eligible now. You can get this car, blah blah blah. And then boom, before you know it, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you can buy your own house. That's how life works. But you won't get everything that you're supposed to get until you walk through the storm. Never give up on what's most important to you. Never lose sight of what's important to you. Because if you lose sight, you won't achieve it. And that's you literally giving up without even knowing. That's you literally giving up. Giving up is not an option. Never you lose sight of what's important to you. It could be the smallest thing. Whatever it is that's important to you, never lose sight of it. So there you guys have it. I hope this video was useful to you. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and never lose sight of what's important to you. You're going to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.